I don't want to grab your attention and hook you into watching this video. Actually, I want, or else I wouldn't be holding a sword. But the reason why I'm doing this is because I want to say stop to models and stop to being scammed by people who are advertising models as the only way to do business. Who are basically scamming beginners because it is easier to understand a model than understand what actually business is. But that's a lie, because business is simple and I'm gonna show you in this video what business really is. Now, who am I to teach you anything? Nice to meet you, I'm Alessandro and I help educational creators to scale to 50k per month, and I've won multiple school games which are a big competition. I met Alex Ormosi and I helped a lot of big creators to make a lot of money. That being said, what I want to talk about in this video is no more models. And I'm gonna write horribly, and I'm sorry for that, but I'm also gonna explain everything, so stick with it. The reason why I say no more models is because models are just something that YouTubers or generally people use to simplify what business is so they can get in power and sell the model they created. But business isn't actually made of models. It isn't made of some woo-woo stuff. It isn't an agency. It isn't a fitness course. It isn't a model. It isn't school, courses, platforms, and so on. Now, the first thing that forms a business are leads. So what is a lead? A lead is someone that you can contact in any way. So, to be specific, maybe someone on Instagram that you can contact, or even better if you already contacted. Or let's say you put a poster outside or anything outside, someone sees it, contacts you, calls you, whatever it is, they're a lead now. Even if they're not interested, it doesn't matter. If you have a way to contact them, they are a lead. Because even if someone is not interested, a lot of the time, after let's say 2 or 3 months or even less, they can become interested. They maybe see your stuff around, they see more of your posters, they see more of your DMs, they see more of your contact, whatever it is, and they become interested. So even if someone is not interested, it's still a lead. And leads are the main part of every business. There is not a single business in the world who can function without leads. And that's because, let's say you have the best system in the world. You can sell anything. You could sell water to a fish, doesn't matter what, and you have the best product in existence. If no one is seeing it and no one knows about it, and you simply show it to no one, it doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. You can have the best thing in the world, but if no one can see it, you can never sell it. And the reason why leads are more important, and normally you might think that also if you have a shitty system to sell and a shitty product, you're still not gonna sell anyway. But that's not true. If you have enough leads, if you have infinite leads, you have infinite tries. Let me give you an example. I one time saw a guy, and I was spending a lot of my days studying other people's funnel, and I see this guy which have the worst ads, the worst funnel in the universe. And I'm not talking about something bad. I'm talking about a video in a funnel that looks from before the internet existed, basically, the worst funnel I ever seen. Stuff that broke every second. Text that didn't exist. Horrible. Absolutely horrible. And the VSL, so the Veni video on the funnel that should explain your offer, was the worst thing ever. It was, one of these Bollywood videos, was basically that. The guy was starting a video with explosions in the background, a tiger jumping in a weird effect. Everything was horrible. No offer basically explained, horrible. And the guy from that funnel, because I talked with him, sold 10k worth of stuff. And it was, by the way, more than he spent on ads. So that guy got a return on investment just because he was paying basically zero for his leads, because he was getting them super cheap, and I don't remember why. But since he had basically infinite leads, even though the rest was shit, he could still sell. And that's why leads are so important, because they can make you try. They can make you basically run your business forever as still you have them. Now, the second step, which is is still super important. I especially put my effort and my emphasis on the leads, but the next 2 steps are basically equally as important. It's just that if you don't have the first one, you're never gonna sell. If you don't have the other 2, it's just harder to sell. Let's put it that way. The second step is conversion. And normally people here will put a funnel, will put something specific like, sales calls, funnels or whatever. But in this case I put conversion because it's not about how you convert people. It's just that you convert people into the last step, which I'm going to show in a second. And what is conversion? As I said, conversion is any way you can get a guy from this to the last step, which, let me spoil it, it's product. Now, I'm going to go into product in a second, but conversion, and I'm putting emphasis on this, is anything you do to convert someone. And I'm being specific about this because the reason why I'm going against models is because they use a specific method. They say that you can only sell with a sales call, or you can only sell with a funnel, but that's not true. You can go in person to someone like I did and sell to them. You can sell in DMs. You can have a funnel. You can, I don't know, whatever. You can just. I saw people just go around, send a couple of messages, and then send a payment link. And obviously, some stuff has a lower percentage of conversion, but it still converts. It still works. So if your method works and what you want to do works, or even if it doesn't work but you want to try it. I'm not here to teach you any specific conversion method because I just don't believe in just one thing working. I know things that work better than others, but you can feel free to try. You need to learn, you need to fail, and then you need to figure out what's the best model for you. Because I don't have complete context about your life as much as you do. I don't know your business as much as you do. So I can give you maybe some advice or some stuff, but in the end, you are the one who has to make the decision. You are the one who knows the best about yourself. So, conversion. Just any way you can convert someone, doesn't matter how you do it. Selling in person, going around just giving free products to people hoping that they buy, having a QR code and going around with a QR code on your chest saying, pay me now, whatever. If you are converting people that you have direct contact with, that's conversion. The last step is product. Okay. The reason why the last step is the product, and I'm doing this in order, is because a lot of people, and there is a lot of cases in which you can sell without having the product ready. And some people might think it's a scam, some people might think it's just like it's not moral or whatever. And it is true to a certain point. It is true if you're looking to sell out and then you figure out the problem, you don't really care about the product. But if you're if you're open about it and you tell them, we're building it out and this is gonna be amazing, we're gonna put a lot of effort into it, and then you actually put the effort, that's the best way. Sell and do these two steps before you do this. The reason is that you need feedback in order to create a product. You can't just create a product hoping that something works and then you figure out that that's not what your niche wants. So you do these two steps before, because when you go into the conversion step, you can ask them. You can tell them what will you change. You can tell them, what would you pay for? How much would you pay for this? You can get information in order to then build the perfect product or a very good product. And there is very few cases in which you build a product randomly and you actually, get the best product or you get the best way to do it. Because you just don't know what they want. You know what you know, you don't know what they know. So the best way to know what they know is asking them. And usually, I don't like to tell people that they need to go 100% with what their audience want, because then you end up building a product that you don't like. The perfect split for me has been choose the format you want and the information or the thing they want. So what I mean by this is, let's say they want help with joint pain, or they want help to make money, or they want help with fitness, or they want help getting shredded, or they want help with gardening, or whatever it is. They choose the topic, so they choose what they want to help with. You choose the format. Let's say I want to do a physical product for gardening. I'm gonna do a physical product for gardening. I don't know what to do because I don't have an experience in that. But if you are in that field, you do. Let's say I want to build a digital product about fitness. I'm gonna do one-on-ones, I'm gonna do a course, I'm gonna do whatever. Or I want to build a physical product about joint pain. There is a million things I can do. So that's why you choose the format, which is the thing that you have to do, like you have to present the format, you have to create it. So if you like it, that's the thing you have to like, and they choose the topic because they're the one who want to, the results and everything. And that's how you create a great product. But obviously you keep improving it, but the main things are these two, are 1 and 2, because you can sell before you build the product. Actually, you should sell before you build the product. And worst case, at the end, if everything goes bad and you actually don't want to do the product anymore and something happens, you can just refund. That's what I did at the start. I did everything before selling. When people joined my program, I got feedback and then I built my program. I sold $12,000 in my first ever month of making money from these two, just these two. Then the month after, I created the product. Obviously, I didn't charge them for the month because the product was not out yet, but I did charge the start, and I gave them more bonuses because the product was not built. To be specific, I gave them 3 months of basically for free if they just paid the start, because then I could build out the product. And for all the people who didn't get result, or just for them 2-3 months was too long, they either didn't buy or they got a refund. But I was open about it, and I got feedback, and then I built a great product. So that's it. That's literally all a business is. Now, thank you for watching this video, and I have nothing to sell you. Actually, I used to run a mastermind, and now I decided to give most of the stuff for free in a free group I created below. There is no upsell, no anything. I have literally nothing to sell anyone. So if you want and you like this video, you can leave a feedback in the comment. You can join the group, and yeah, see ya. Bye.